going to be having the draft come up. We'll see if they've changed things strategically. Where do you think they're at mentally right now on the side of Vici Gaming?
I would say once again, it was just like the first game you played, maybe not the best showing. You know, maybe you blame one guy was still tired. You know, one guy didn't sleep well. You know, put some excuses out there, but then give people like a wake up call. Go wash your face. You know, you say it to someone, and now you go in fresh. You come up with some small changes in the drafting structure. So in terms of the pick priority, I think it's the same. Secret had last pick last game, so they were second pick. They're gonna be no.
No, other way around.
Completely wrong.
Vici had second pick.
So it did swap. So that's good for Vici for the time being. They see Eng, and it looks like in this game, they might just want to have more team fight on their side as they just instantly open Snapfire Mars, which is, I mean, we saw this combo a lot like last TI and last season. It's just very strong, right? You have the arena, the kisses, and it's a good lane duo.
It's a great lane duo. Also one of these Chinese specialties. Mars in general has always been really amazing in China. So Vici Gaming, no real surprise that with their backs against the wall, they would drag out the El Clasico offlaner from the region. What used to be the old combo? It was Snapfire. No, it was Phoenix, yeah. So they've always had some kind of
Phoenix,
Fury combo
Snapfire,
to go
Dark
with.
Willow. I would be surprised if Secret don't look at like Razor or they just go for their mid Invoker. To be fair, I feel like this hero is really strong. Every Exort Invoker I see in my pubs, they go like 10-0. They have an 8-minute Midas, and then they solo kill everyone.
And the game just ends, and you're like, well, that was fun to play. That was simple.
Yeah.
Does seem to be that they're putting more priority on the Invoker than on the Razor that we had earlier. I suppose when you are playing Razor into Mars, it gets a little bit frustrating before BKB just gets speared back, and then, oh, well, now my link's gone. I can't really do anything anymore. So when they're having something different from Chrysalis, maybe something with potentially a bit more reach, we'll see what happens as the draft goes deeper. I mean, it was somewhat similar to the VP game as well, right? Where it didn't really feel like they needed Chrysalis last time around. It was mostly Rezo doing a lot of the heavy lifting from the offlane. Yeah. So you could just play pretty much whatever at this point, right?
Yeah, I would agree. So for now, Secret are going to ban a couple of heroes here for the Nisha on the mid with the Invoker. They're banning out Kunkka. Also, seeing that they're banning Morph, I think that there's a very high chance that they still want a Razor type hero. I mean, so when you see an opening between Snap Mars, if you're looking to pick a carry, you want either a hero who has a built-in BKB, like Nax, potentially Jugger, or you pick a hero that rushes a BKB, because it just completely nullifies those heroes. And if you don't have a hero who has either of these, you can't really ever teamfight them. So Razor ban makes a lot of sense, especially following the Morph ban from Team Secret. And the opening pick for Secret next phase is probably just going to be something very similar as to last game. A pos 4 for Zayats that can potentially move around the map, abuse Sunstrike if you want to, and then just pull some waves for your offlane.
Yeah. So what
Nyx Assassin would be great for them.
Yeah, his heroes are, it's either going to be the Spirit, Nyx again. Nyx feels particularly good here into the Snapfire as well. It always feels nice playing Nyx with Invoker.
Yeah, I think you need to ban it. Like, again, so the Morphling kind of tells you the Razor ban. I think the Clock. So the Clock ban is good for Eng and Invoker, of course, but it's also very good if Secret are looking to pick Nyx, which would make a lot of sense. In terms of the support heroes that are good against this Mars Snap combo, it's the ones that break the team fight, right? You have your Nyx Assassin with Carapace. You can run into the arena wall to stun the Mars. You can run into the kisses to stop that. You can pick some silencers, just like a off-topic other heroes that can put a break into this combination. Of course, they won't do that this game because they already have Eng, but that's like kind of the criteria that you should be looking for when you see this opening from Vici Gaming.
Yeah. Ways to be able to frustrate their attempts at just taking the fight straightforwardly. Team Secret have banned Clock. We still also need now for the next phase for Vici, you need to decide what is being played for Frisk and then what's going to get played up for BAB. I suppose in this situation you keep or for XM rather, you keep the final pick for Erica, given that you do have the last overall pick. So Fade can go for his Earth Spirit, he plays that as well. He can play the Nyx too. It'll actually be quite nice, right? If they're the ones that get the Nyx Assassin first, you get to keep it away from the side of Team Secret, and you potentially make sure that you're always in front to try and break their initiation as well. But they go for the Tusk. This is more of his classic style hero. It gives them a save, I suppose. There's some flexibility of putting this towards mid, but I think the main idea is that this hero can come mid and deal with this Invoker when necessary.
Yeah, I think they wanted more for like the aggressive capability, and then on the side you always have the snowball, as you mentioned, so that's good. I do think Mars kind of wants to lane with Snap. I'm always afraid when you lane against these Enchantresses that you have some double melee lane, because the hero really thrives when you see this happen. Faceless Void is a very good pick. It can be a little bit iffy later in the game. Like if you get caught by a spear, you may die, but usually the laning stage against Mars is okay. You have Time Walk, Time Dilation is very good for you, and you have already two heroes that work really well with Chronosphere. Right?
Yeah.
Puppy Eng, you already know this guy is going to have max impetus at some point. He's going to slap into the Chronosphere, and then you have the Invoker as well.
Now they're also going to be adding some more damage into the bubble as well with the Magnetize or just more raw disable to set you up for the Chrono or vice versa. This is looking like a very scary draft to play into the side of Team Secret. And to make matters worse, you know, you were talking earlier about how if you're playing into these heroes like Snapfire Mars, you want a hero that can buy a BKB very early. So far from Vici Gaming, outside of the defensiveness of the Tusk, Mars doesn't want a super early BKB, so even in the period of the game where Faceless Void isn't whacking you that hard, there's still a lot to kill you if you ever get caught inside the bubble. This is looking like a very scary draft, I'll be honest here, Kezu, from the side of Team Secret. They've got 2 picks remaining from Vici. How do they break up what Team Secret are trying to do themselves, and how do they set themselves up for success with the last picks?
So they go Templar Assassin. There used to be a time where I didn't like TA that much against Faceless Void, because I think later in the game it's very hard for you to... First of all, until you get the Melt Dispel talent, it's very hard for you to play against the Time Dilation and against Chrono, of course. But I have seen that TA, especially when also played against Invoker, there's a lot of games where TA can ramp up the speed of the game by a lot. First of all, TA beats Invoker mid, whether it's Quasvex or Exord. He gets a fast Esso, and he can get Aegis. So I think in this game, we have a lot of team fight for Vici Gaming already, and now the TA to speed up the tempo, help them take Roche. So I think they want to look to play fast. Whenever Chrono is down, abuse that, go and take Roshan, play with the Aegis, and play around the slight greediness that Secret have going right now with the Void anti-Invoker.
That certainly makes sense to me. And there's going to be this portion of the game where, you know, Esper doesn't necessarily want to drop Magnetize just to get rid of the refraction charges. So TA will have a lot more freedom in the fights. She buys BKB as well. Given that the Faceless Void takes a while to ramp up, by the time you get your BKB, you can play very much in their faces. I like this from the side of Vici Gaming. I like it a lot. It also gives them that flexibility, right? Like you mentioned, they can play this TA mid if needed, given that he wins the matchup against the Invoker most of the time. So that also makes it more difficult for Team Secret for their last pick, because they can't be 100% sure who's going where, so they can't be certain about setting themselves up and not be counterpicked for the very last pick for Erica.
So for Secret, as they're going to have to pick out of phase, we will maybe know after this ban. I think that Bad Rider is very good for Secret in the next slot, so if they ban a hero, that
Like
would
Slug,
be...
yeah.
this could
That feels
indicate
like
Bad
Bad.
Rider. So Bad is incredible against Mars, is also incredibly good against TA, both in the early game and throughout the game. It kind of... Beastmaster ban does make sense. I do think that Bad Rider would have been more on point. That's at least the pick I would like Secret to go for. It pairs okay/well with Earthspirit in the lane. You can lane well together. He can solo on his own. Other than that, so usually what you want with Earthspirit, you want either a lane dominating hero that he can lane with, or B, like some summon hero like Lycan, Beast, Enigma, who can lane on their own after a while when you help them get the help. So, and most of those are banned already.
We saw the success of being able to configure it in interesting ways last time around. Obviously, he helped Chrysalis to great success, and then he could move over and help Rezo to accomplish the same.
What am I missing?
So, last pick. I think we need a Rezo hero for the very end here, right? So
We
the
definitely
question
do.
is, which one? Bat you mentioned. I think Bat is really, really good. We've seen some offlane Maranas at this tournament, but doesn't feel the best. There's not that much setup for it from the rest of the draft. I don't think Underlord is particularly nice. Centaur, maybe we saw them play.
Like Veno, Bad Rider, I feel like it's most likely a ranged hero, some of these sorts. But
I like Veno, actually. Veno seems decent here. Yeah.
okay. I
Man,
guess it was
Kezu,
one
it's
of the
almost
two.
like it's almost like you think about Dota for a living, you know?
Almost. So now if you're... So this kind of... You don't want to put the TA safe in anymore, so that option is gone.
Nope,
You're going
nope,
to put
nope,
it mid
nope,
against the Invoker. Veno dissuades you from wanting to do that. So again, they could... Veno... sorry, Drow Ranger might be iffy. I just like Drow TA combo a lot. But I think it's not that great to play into Earth Spirit again. It's just going to be similar to the last game, right? He's going to get rolled on, kicked, galed, and he dies. So they're probably going to look for something that's more stable in that lane.
Let's see what's left that Erica does play. Terrorblade is still in the pool.
If they didn't have TA already, I would have liked Naga Siren because it's really good against Void with the song. You don't care about Invoker, but Naga TA is not something you can pull off as a dual core. It's very weak. Trying to find the pick here.
They also need some magic damage, right? So it can't just be some other heavy hitter.
You want a hero that ideally like complements your TA. Because in this game, similar to earlier when we casted VP, the Lina was the carry in that game. Where in this game, your TA should be the +1. No matter where it's played from, it should be your +1 hero. So let's see what they go. Because they don't have any reserve time left. CK. Okay.
I'm fine with this.
Same.
I'm okay with this. It's one of these picks that's like, it doesn't make you feel ecstatic. You don't feel excellent about it, but you're like, oh, it's solid for this kind of game. Will do perfectly fine in the laning phase. He's got his own sustain going for himself, thank goodness. They now have an additional stun as well, which they didn't really have before. They now also have two different ways of quickly sieging out the Roshan, right? Between the TA and the CK, at different points in the game, Team Secret always has to be worried about that area before the thing goes away with the big man. The only issue I have, though, is this is still a lot of physical damage here, Kizu, on the side of Vici Gaming. Like, it's all physical damage. On the bright side, I'm looking at these heroes on the side of Team Secret. It's not like any of them build ACs just reliably and regularly. It's not like anybody wants to go for a Crimson. It's not like anybody's going to be rushing a Shiva's God. So even though it's just a lot of physical damage primarily from Vici, it's still going to be a while before Team Secret can actually exploit them on the back of this. How do you feel, though? What do you like? Whose draft do you like more at the very end of this? Are we getting a 1-1, or is Team Secret going to roll this 2-0?
I think, judging also from the last game, I favor Secret. I think the way that Vici drafted this game is that their draft is very good for their own and like together. But if they don't ramp up the early game and have a lead where they keep going and they abuse the cooldown and get the Aegis, I feel like they're going to run into a problem very early on in this game. Like after 18, 20 minutes, even if Vici get the first Aegis and they don't get much from it, the longer the game goes, we will definitely have to favor Team Secret. Invoker Void together against these heroes is very deadly.
It is very deadly indeed, but we're going to be finding out if Secret can pull together the deadly strategy or if it's going to be Vici Gaming making this aggression work for them. So let's get into it. Game number 2. 2 of 2 here in this BO2 series. If Secret can win this one, then there are 4 wins in a row. That would be pretty amazing. But before these two teams clash, let's talk first barracks kills. Is it Team Secret or Vici Gaming?
Well, who do we think is going to win?
Secret.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to go with Secret. Oh, maybe Puppy. My prediction.
Might be first-blooded, though, here. Is he going to end up dying?
Well,
yes,
I'm not choosing him for least deaths, at least. Thank you.
Nope. Least deaths, I am going to go with Nisha. I actually don't think this Invoker dies this game, dude. Feels very, very hard to reliably kill Nisha Invoker here. First player to apply the Blink Dagger.
TA or Mars?
TA. Surely the TA. And then most Observer Wards, that has to be the team with Puppy on it. So that one's always going to be the team with Puppy.
Maybe. He's greedy sometimes, but I mean, who places the most wards? Don't they just both spam wards? Whatever, I'll take Team Secret.
Let's see how this early game is going to pan out, though. Vici Gaming certainly cannot afford for any of this to go south. Similar to what we saw earlier, though, we are going to be having another occasion where the Tusk is playing the 5 position rather than the 4. He's not going to die, he's fine here. The one change, though, is that in the previous game when we saw this, they had a mid-Leshrac, so it was imperative that Tusk got some degree of farm. Here they are playing with the Templar Assassin in mid, so she, generally speaking, can get herself into safe situations. You don't need to be there all the time to save her. So are you okay with this change as a result, with them still playing the +5 Tusk rather than the usual 4 position?
I mean, it's really about the trade-off. Like, which lane do you want to enable more? Because wherever the snap goes, the lane becomes stronger. And I fear a little bit for the CK in the top lane. Of course, early on, their lane is better. But later, if this Veno gets to level 3 nicely, they're very strong up there, as Rezo is taking a very hefty beating in this lane.
He actually might die. 1 second until the Chaos Bots. It's gonna stun him up, it's gonna kill him. Erica able to pick up the kill there. Alright. Well done on the CK. So
That's
that is
very,
exactly how
very
you wanted
big
to
for
start
them.
things off.
Yeah.
And that's the Veno, right? The ranged hero as well, the one that ends up dying in this top lane.
That's definitely like what you need to do as Vici. Like the weak point of Venomancer is like level 1 and 2, and it's especially where heroes like Chaos Knight and Tusk really thrive. So it's a very good job by them, because if this Veno gets to level 3 with an advantage, I think this lane becomes very hard to play and to maintain. But with this start, it can turn things around very nicely. Even if they can get level 2 now before the Veno, they can go look for another play with like a Tusk Ice Shards or Snowball into the Chaos Bolt from the CK. So really good start for Vici in this game.
Vici Gaming, of course, will be very happy if they can get things off to a positive start, unlike in the previous game where it was okay, but it didn't take that long before things started to look a lot rougher across the map, even though it was decently close for a while. Let's see here. We expect that this mid lane is going to be won out by the TA, and thus far she is holding true to this promise, has a bit of a CS advantage. This is going to continue as time goes on. What's interesting though is that the removal of the side camps does mean that although TA will still beat the Invoker, you don't like overlap him as badly as you used to. It's just like, oh, I win. Not like I completely and utterly demolish you and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's more like he's gonna win early on, and then when you get 6, it makes the mid lane like very hard to kind of rotate on for Secret or for even Nisha to stand here. It's gonna turn out to be like a sentry war, because otherwise Nisha can't really properly lane in this lane. And also, XM started with a first blood. That's I paused earlier a little bit because I was like, wait a minute, how does he have bottle at the first wave? I was looking if someone pulled it to him, but no, it was just the first blood. So he's playing a good matchup with first blood. He's gotta be feeling good.
Top lane, we're all going to be having some aggression going out onto Xayax here. He's going to eat a Chaos Bolt, and he's certainly going to end up dying as he gets right-clicked down by Yang. This feels very nice. Oh, Frisk takes out the courier down bottom as well. Rezo might actually end up dying as well. He's going to get the counter kill. No, he won't. He gets denied because Erica is on top of it and throws in the right-click on top of Yang. No kill for the Veno, so you watch your ally die and there's nothing you can do about it, although middle, Xayax kicking back the Templar Assassin after coming back in from the respawn.
Nice Ice Wall.
We'll be able to get quite a bit of damage out because the Ice Wall dropped down by the Invoker prevents the escape from XM. Between that and the body block, somehow KSU they get this kill in the mid lane. That's an amazing piece of awareness from Xayax. Immediately after respawning, coming middle to get the kill onto the opposing partner middle and ensuring that his team doesn't necessarily lose out that much by him dying.
No, this is absolutely, it's just a sick play. It's like a very high skill play. You respawn, so you're naturally gonna maybe look around because you want to TP out. And Nisha being ready with all the correct spells. Forge Spirit that's already out with the Cold Snap, beautifully placed Ice Wall with the kickback from Xayah's end. They do get the kill on TA. And these kills, they make a very big swing. You know, it's not like, oh, I get 200 net worth. It's more like these matchups that are very swingy, as this one is. This kill can have a huge impact. Like now, Invoker is actually slightly out-leveling the TA. It's going to delay the level 6 on TA as well. So this is going to help the Invoker tremendously.
Dota 2 is a game of margin. These small changes can have a massive difference. Top lane, Xayax trying to get away with the rolling boulder. Got interrupted thanks to the snowball of Yang, so will end up losing his life in the process. Erica happy to just try and mop that one up. Erica's been involved in every single kill that his team has gotten so far. So has certainly been the center of gravity for his squad. And we'll see what UC makes out of this. What build do we want to see this game here on the CK?
Honestly, I have not seen this hero in a while. I know that they pretty much went for armlet like every single time. It's like some armlet blink type stuff. There's definitely, you need a BKB, like second or third item in this game. Bottom, they have a little bit of a kill on Mr.
It's
Frisk.
just a snap fire.
But yeah, I guess like armlet into... So for now it looks like he's going Treads Falcon Blade, which yeah, seems pretty normal. That's like what pretty much every carry buys. Yeah, I'm guessing like armlet blink BKB seems kind of normal.
So just to keep things, it doesn't need to go into some kind of weird off-kilter kind of build to succeed in this game. Just keep things simple, keep things normal, and by and large you should come up successful at the end of it. We do see that BAB bottom is actually trying to put pressure onto Puppy here. Puppy does get the slow out with this Hellbear Smasher, but probably still dies for this. 3 seconds until spear, and he is going to die. Bye-bye.
Nice
He was hoping for the side step, you know. Top lane. Oh, look at this. Yang's going top.
Oh,
3 heroes. Resolution's dead. Yeah, definitely going to die here. Xayax not even going to bother trying to do something about this because he knows there's nothing they can do. This is such a great luxury, right? You just got a solo kill with your offlaner. You knew he doesn't need help in the moment, so you're completely free to come top and make sure that you can get the numerical overload onto the Venom.
This is very, very good by them. Like, they know, as you mentioned, he's doing good bottom. He got himself a solo kill. I mean, he actually got harassed a lot by this creep to have to go back now. But either way, knowing like when you have the freedom to leave your lane, as they did to go top on the Venom, is great. And now they're both rotating onto mid here.
They find Xayax. They don't get the Invoker kill, which they would have preferred. But nonetheless, they prevent Xayax from being able to kick back XM once again.
Instant
Pretty
reward
deep
as well.
kill.
Yeah. Top tower is under attack.
It's very nice. That was a pretty deep ward as well, right? You don't normally always read exactly where that ward is going to be, but he's like, well, Xayax can move forward. Where else is he going? Top lane. We're not done just yet. Kezu, there's action everywhere. Puppy gonna eat the first usage of Phantasm in the game. Xayax will show up, kick him back to the tier 2 tower, but unfortunately, no way to stop him. Can they stop Frisk? He also TP's out. Okay. Vici Gaming are playing in the second game here in this BO2.
Oh, they definitely showed up in this one. Nice combo also by the Mars insta QW, so the time walk doesn't heal it up. Nisha did finish his Midas. So I'm looking around these mid plays. Xayas is here again. There's no trap out yet. So we're gonna have to roll into kickback once again.
This time around though, even with the Ice Wall, I don't think he's gonna be going down too strong at this point in time. They might try to kill Yang though after the Sunstrike connect, and indeed they will. That's fine, whatever. Yang is the 5 position. Will happily die every day of the week to ensure the life of XM. And this TA, still staying at the top of the net worth. Yeah, sure, we do have this Invoker Midas, so things are going to start ramping up for him right now, as Nisha got it even earlier than the last game. But things still look overall quite good for Vici, as they're about to kill Puppy as well. He's going to try to deny himself to Roche, and Roche does get the deny. It's only fair. Y'all denied our Venom Monster, Roshan denies our Enchantress. It's all good.
Yeah, nice little play there by Puppy. Making sure that they don't, you know, get too much gold. But I think this mid lane is very scary anyway. I'm surprised that Secret are looking to play here this much against like all these TA traps. I guess they have one sentry in mid on the left side that can help them there a little bit, but I feel like playing into this TA right now is not that easy. I would like to see Secret potentially try a play on bottom with the Chrono plus Sunstrike, but it looks like that they think this play is not possible. And upon looking at it once more, I can't really blame them for it. I guess they don't have enough damage to kill this Mars in a Chrono. That's 1300 HP. And their supports don't really do that much yet. So Crystal is not feeling the best right now. He has no real play potential to like TP mid. Maybe eventually he can TP top, because right now he is he's not getting any creeps in his lane.
Yep. They're just forcing him off this bottom lane. 3 heroes congregating around him. He knows full well he can't actually play this area. He knows they've probably got vision as well, so back into the jungle we go. And unlike a lot of other heroes that Chrysalis can sometimes play, it's not going to be the fastest farm routes, but what other options do you have? What can you do? Didn't really get close to finishing the Mask of Madness inside the lane itself, so we're going to have to do it the hard way. He's currently at the very bottom of the net worth charts, and Vici Gaming looking quite solid, but they need to keep up this momentum. You were mentioning earlier in the draft that it's all about starting with this kind of tempo, but never letting it go. And so far, it's okay. I think they're just waiting for a couple of level timings before they want to make bigger moves across the map. Yang might die to the Sunstrike. He won't just yet. Snowball is here. BAB has access to the arena, but won't be able to use it because there's going to be the Chronosphere coming in from Chrysalis, enabling him to just bring down Yang. I mean, Yang is also like, okay, you committed the bubble, bro. I'm fine with this. But BAB can just go back, push in the tower, know that there's no counterplay.
Yeah, now that they expanded Kurodo, I feel like he should feel pretty fine with his death. Mars is just gonna go bottom, push this tower. The CK and Snap are still holding top. There's also a Tome flying out to the Snapfire, or at least it should be soon. And I think now that Chrono is expanded, Mars is getting the bot tower. Vici should look for a bigger play, potentially on this mid-tier 1 tower, with like an arena or a snap ult where you just go hit mid-tower with the siege creep, because I don't really see what Secret do to you, other than bring a lot of heroes to defend, but they're not gonna kill you, because they don't have the Chrono available to actually fight you.
That is their big ticket fighting item right now. not available for another 100 seconds. Rezo, I mean, it's a Venom monster. You generally don't even take the poison over this early on anyway. So, as long as it's still a just straight up farm trade, Vici Gaming will be ecstatic about this. Erica farming very well in the top lane, has indeed made the decision to buy the Omelette first, and then we'll see if he goes for the Blink, or if it's going to be the BKB option. It'll depend on how the fights start panning out. Mid lane is being slowly but surely pushed in by XM. They're about to finish off the Desolator as well. And at that point, suddenly Team Secret really have to worry about the state of their map. I love where BAB is chilling. He knows that his role right now is not necessarily just to keep getting farm, but to ensure that XM can get this tier 1 tower, and that if something happens, he's on hand for the fight. So he's ready. Misses the spear though. Doesn't really matter. They're not going to want to take a full fight unless they know exactly where he's at. Syx makes a very interesting roll forward, Kezu. Ends up dying for his efforts, and now BAB with Yang, they might want to try go back onto Nisha. Morty's kisses after he's trapped in by these ice shards. Nisha has no way out, and he'll end up dying. We finally get the arena out onto 2. They're looking for the Venom monster first. Rezo has no ultimate, so he can't help turn this around. He's going to end up dead. It's only Puppy and Chrysalis remaining now, but they've already gotten killed on the 2. They're looking for XM. He doesn't have the refraction, and now he doesn't have a life. He's suddenly gone. Erica is here helping to kill Puppy to make this fight even more action-packed. At this point in time, 8 heroes have died. Make that 9. Okay. Somehow the only heroes at the very end that don't end up taking a tumble are going to be the CK and the Faceless Void. Some heroes do end up dying twice, but what can you do? It's the early game.
That was, honestly, that is a very good trade for Secret. Yeah, so they did come out ahead in the gold, but any trade right now where your lowest net worth carry, who has no farming capability, joins a fight and gets like 1,000 gold handed to him and experience is big. I think Vici Gaming there, after Zayas rolls in and dies somewhat for free, they don't need to dive and like go too deep into like Venomancer wards and Ice Wall and Force Field. They can just freely take the tower. If Secret keep coming to them, you drop the arena, you drop the Snapfire ult, and then you take the fight from there. Because this way, Crystal's got a lot of gold and they didn't get to finish the tower. It's not the end of the world. They still have a 3,000 gold lead. But these, once again, this is the time where Vici want to, you know, they want to ramp up. They want to take this tower and keep going and keep the ball moving. They don't want their tracks to be slowed down at all.
To make matters worse, they did that without the bubble, right?
Yep.
So no bubble from Chrysalis. It's still available for the next engagement. Like you mentioned, they managed to save the tower. Even if the tower does die on the next push, whatever, the resource allocation from Vici certainly makes it a worthwhile exchange. Speaking of Vici, they're going to try and now change the way the map is being played as they smoke up with 2 heroes, BNB and Frisk, heading top to try and scout out Resolution. They have access to the arena and the Blink Dagger from BAB. He goes in, they find the kill. Oh no, he got Blink before XM. Oh no.
Yep, my prediction is in shambles. I really like that he went Falcon Blade into Blink this game. So him going Blink is going to allow the CK to be a bit more greedy. You know, it doesn't pressure the CK to be like, oh shit, I need to go Blink in and set up for my TA. No, Mars is tanky enough. He goes Falcon Blade. Blink, not only does it help your CK, it synergizes super well with your Snapfire and your TA, and it's really good against all the Radiant heroes. If you catch Invoker in the arena, you don't care that he has Boots of Travel and high move speed. He's not running out of that. He's gonna die every time.
Yeah. Every single time. And he's going for the Blink Dagger first before he picks up the BKB. He might change his mind about this, going deeper into the game, but right now, a lot of considerations need to be made by this Invoker. BAB really has been playing quite well. He's building into a BKB of his own. Oh no, they see Nisha. They know where he's at, but they don't have the arena either, so they can't actually catch him out here on the left side, allowing him to escape.
Yeah, I think so. The game plan now for Secret, he's most likely gonna stick to the Blink because what he wants to do is delay the game. First of all, like try to play the side lanes to not be caught with the Blink, and I would assume that the only way he should die is if he gets arena'd, and it's not that easy to catch Invoker if he has a Blink. Zaya's probably gonna die scouting out here and eventually try to D-ward. They will not allow it to him.
Nope. They say hell no. Hell no. They kill him quickly. They smoke up on the back of this. Gonna try to find some more aggression. The arena just came back off cooldown, but they also know that there's access to the Roshan pit. So they could try get one into the other. And here on the high ground is Puppy. The smoke will pop. BAB doesn't see him just yet, but the snowball does. And Puppy connected into. They ensure that he dies. They commit the ice shot. Here's a 3-hero chrono though coming in from Chrysalis. The follow-up is going to be there with the Chaos Meteor dropping down from Yang, onto Yang rather. Nisha helping to kill him, and now they're turning their attention towards XM, who tries to stay alive on the edge of the arena, not going to be allowed to do so. It's a double kill for Chrysalis, and he's not done just yet. Him and Xayax managed to catch out BAB within the trees. BAB will be able to at least dodge out the rolling boulder, but there's absolutely no way to move away from the tornado. Will end up dying now. Nisha gets that kill. 3 heroes have fallen. They're not done though, because Rezo fighting on the high ground against Erica and Frisk gets off the poison nova onto the both of them, so they're both going to be in a very poor position. But Chrysalis goes too far forward and gets chomped down by these Phantasm Illusions. Erica is able to get the kill onto him as Frisk somehow gets back, but he didn't go to the fountain. He went to the tier 1. He's going to die.
Luckily, it's only
7
poison
HP.
nova. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was only poison nova.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't
luckily
killed.
only
Was
that.
poison
Also,
stinged.
pretty interesting fight. I feel like so if you're Vici, I mean, first of all, Secret did a nice job there that Puppy is the one in the front. He takes the first contact so that Chrysalis can decide on his own, okay, do I counterplay with the chrono? Yes, he does. It's a beautiful 3-man chrono. But if you're Vici, you need to rethink about how you're doing these engages. You don't need the TA to jump on top of the edge there to kill him. I also don't think you need to use the Snapple. You want to kill him safely, as top, you need to also thought of it, as Rezo is
He's dead. Yep, very, very dead. Good guy, Rezo. Dying quickly so that you can still finish your point. What a lad.
Yes, lovely by him. So now, Vici, are we gonna go Roche while the chrono is down, or what are they gonna do? Maybe tier 1 into Roche, or do they not feel good about it? For now, they wanna take over the triangle, because I think Roche should be on the menu for them, like next up.
Absolutely. And indeed, they are going into the pit. Erica has access to Phantasm if needed, but shouldn't be needed because XM has the Desolator. So the Roshan should end up going down. Aegis probably goes the way of XM here. They're making the space in the inventory. Yep, there we go. Aegis in tow, BKB being built. This is the thing about these early game fights into the Faceless Void, right? You can end up losing the fight and still be in a technically better overall position in the game, given how important this chrono is going to be for quite some time. So they're fine with this, I suppose, for Vici.
You basically like trade the Void getting a bit of gold with his chrono for you then to get something after in return, like an objective, as Zayat's barely getting out on the top lane with his role. And for Vici now, they want to push in lanes and then either force a tier 2, and if it looks too hard to do that, they need to smoke across the map, because Secret are not going to go for any 5-on-5 fights. They want to pick you off when you're split in the side lanes. Because Nisha is happy farming those creeps. Force Spirits on the side lane, some Meatball, get towards his BKB, because we've... Oh my goodness. Bye-bye.
That was a lot of damage.
I didn't catch that one, but he's dead.
Yeah, BAB did a really good play. He got in front of the rolling boulder, knowing that the escape would be coming from Xayax, and then blocks the escape, make sure that they have the damage. And also get a courier kill onto Rezo's courier, taking down the Heaven's Halberd on the top side of the map. So Halberd, obviously as a TA lineup, you do not want to see Halberds whatsoever. Yeah. So the fewer of them in the game, the better.
Is big. They back off wisely and they de-ward it. Nice job by Secrets. Or do they?
Unfortunately though, look bottom.
Are they baiting
Kezu. He's got DD, your favorite rune.
Yes, everyone loves the DD rune, right? I'm not the only one.
Oh, we all love seeing DD runes, especially on like these very mobile cores early on in the game. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Okay, so Secret want to delay this tower. So this type of setup from Secret is they're not like committing to a 5-on-5. They're gonna be here nicely to first of all delay the tower, and if Vici make a mistake, their teammates have the chance to TP in. I think here maybe Chrysalis, you know, he maybe jumped the gun a little bit. He should keep farming, because I think the initial formation here by Secret is really nice. You don't just want to hand free towers to your enemy. You want to stick around, make it hard for them, as Puppy in a position where he can just chill, force out by the arena.
So we know with Xayax, he's not in a position where he can force away, unfortunately, as he has been speared to the edge of the arena and hit with several kisses from the sky. So quick kill doesn't really mean that much in the grand scheme of things, except for the fact that XM feels a bit more safe pushing down bottom now, not having to worry about rolling boulder coming out of nowhere. But at the same time, he also knows that Rezo is setting up this little army, so there's no way to actually go forward through this bottom lane.
I mean, Secret should even feel good about potentially defending. Like, Secret now should feel better about defending this tower than they did 1 minute ago when the Earth Spirit was still alive. Because now Vici are missing 2 ultimates. So you can see Vici, they're already respecting this a little bit. Rezo also here in the right position, placing a lot of Plague Wards. So instead, Vici just going to go back to controlling the map a little bit. And when they get closer to the arena coming back up, with the Aegis still in their hand of the TA, I think then they can look to potentially go bottom and then finish it tier 2 tower.
That particular timing is coming up in 50 seconds. Let's see. Does Secret have anything big coming up in that exact same duration? It doesn't feel like it, although they are fairly close to getting this BKB on the Invoker. And that feels like a problem for the side of Vici Gaming. A lot of the ways they've been able to put pressure on this map has been making sure that these insta-jumps have some kind of currency. Once there's a BKB, suddenly not only is the insta-jump not a guarantee, but Morty's Kisses, which has been a big source of their damage, no longer available. It's only 1 so far coming soon, but they are trying to build 3 for the Faceless Void and the Venno as well. And to get the gold for those items, they're going to smoke up. Coming to move bottom. They have access to the bubble. They're going to roll forward with Zyx. Can't get the catch onto XM. They do find, though, the Chronosphere onto 2. Both supports getting caught out here in the jungle. Yang still alive for now after Frisk has already went to meet his maker. Yang actually blinks away to safety. XM just watching him, trying to cheer him on, saying, hey man, get out of there, get out of there. But he can't do it. He dies. Feels bad. Well, at least he blinked away from all of his cores. Made sure that they can all escape that portion of the map. But still, 2 heroes brought down. And what do you feel about this? So it's 2 heroes in exchange for a tier 2 and a chrono. Who do you feel gets the better of it?
Maybe it's the 2 for 1, I guess. So either way, Secret are happy with any kill trades they get, especially at this point in the game. So yeah, you do lose a tier 2 tower, but they had Aegis. You also got 2 kills. Like any kills right now, same story as before. Any kills that you're handing to your people, like the Void or Experience, is really good for them, because I cannot stress it enough how stupid Faceless Void Invoker is, like in the later stages of the game. It doesn't matter how fat you are. Maybe CK with Heart later, he can survive the combo. But like a TA, if the refractions burn and there's a meatball with the Cataclysm, he's gonna die. Like Secret, for the position that they're in, they're playing very well.
Yeah. Speaking of positioning, top lane, Nisha has to be careful with his, because Yang has vision on him with this Observer Ward. I'm not sure if he has Dust, though he does. I think he's calling some allies over.
Yeah.
Chain make the jump. He's trying to TP. Oh no! Gonna find himself getting cancelled out. Nisha, the question is, can he kill Yang before the reinforcements arrive? He might be able to do so. He's attempting his best, trying to get into the trees, but here comes XM. Nice blink dodge into the trees, but the Morty's Kisses are gonna scout him out. The Dust has expired. That's why they have to plant down a new sentry. They know where he's at. BKB or no BKB, my friend, you are going to be a dead man. 3 heroes in the top lane to get that kill, but absolutely worth it at the end there. Okay. And Sam, will he be able to come back to save Yang? Not going to be able to save him just yet. Zyx, though, trying to get into the trees. Magnetize is still going. BAB is here, pins him to a tree. Yang not going to actually end up dying by some miracle. Zyx is the only one who's going to take a tumble on this side of the map. Is he?
No, wait, funny, man.
Wait, what? He's still alive, but Yang, the primary target, is still chasing him. Finally, they end up getting the kill. Rolls on rolls on rolls between the 2 players. And these strength supports finally get a kill onto the Earth Spirit. On the other side of the map, though, as a result of all of this shenanigans happening, it does mean that Invoker can respawn without much penalty to Team Secret.
The snowball was channeled full duration, then rolled so long that the Magnetize just wore off. That was also pretty funny. Otherwise, he would have died. He had like 1 hit left or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that was so funny. Well, Vici is still going to try to play on the front foot, bringing everybody into the outpost to try and make the next move through middle. Is this the correct place for them to be playing, with Roshan not that far from respawning? Are they strong enough to justify playing with this much aggression right now?
So as long as you play it in a way where you feel comfortable that the TA or whoever is in front will just blink out from like the Earth Spirit roll or the Faceless Void time walking in out of a smoke, then yeah. So this is like a feeling thing. You know, if you feel good and you feel like they won't clutch you out of the map, then yeah, you can. Otherwise, step back a little bit more, play around all these traps that they have laying around. Also, mind you that the TA has shards, so he will silence people, potentially force BKBs, and you just play for ropes like that.
Oh, speaking of BKBs, BAB jumps in, gets a 3-hero arena with his own BKB active. Morty's kisses are going to bring down Rezo. Does get off the Poison Nova though, and Crystallis found the Chrono onto the TA. She got hit with the Poison Nova as well, so no option for the BKB recovery. There's going to be a big magnetized EMP combination coming in from Team Secret. They've already lost 2 on the side of Vici. Who else will be able to escape from this? It's only going to be Erica using the BKB to get to the high ground as Frisk gets left behind. Gonna be the one to eat all the damage. 4 heroes gone in the blink of an eye. That was just heartbreak. They got off the early BKB from TA. They thought, hey, we can take this fight during the arena. But the turnaround, Chrysalis and Resolution throwing out a ton of damage initially, but then the Invoker Earth Spirit coming in to really clean it up thereafter.
Yeah, this is devastating because Roche is up, but they didn't check it yet. They have this DD rune, so Dire know it's up with the TA trap, but looks like Secret don't yet. But so let's talk about the fight again. You cannot fight like this if you're Vici. So the win condition for Vici is that the TA actually gets to, I mean, right click in the fight, right? He's a top network core, but he will just die if he gets chronoed with alacrity. He was BKB'd and he still died. It doesn't matter. You don't want to initiate on the Veno like that, especially if he gets all his spells off, which he did. You were also fighting in Secret's vision. So like, I would like them to reconsider how they fight. Don't feel forced on the TA to jump in so early, because he needs his blink either A, to dodge the void chrono, or to initiate on the void once he has chronoed someone else. This has to change, or they will not win any fights in this game.
Yeah, that is literally worst case scenario. On the bright side though, as has often been the case this game, whenever the bubble is down, Vici so do feel... Exactly, baby! Yes. Time to go see the big man. Chrysalis jumping in and out, just trying to see if he can bother them, poke them enough to get them off of this. The Warpine Raider, oh no freaking way, they actually make the jump. XM will snatch the Aegis, although Chrysalis does bring the Roshan down itself, but at the same time, Erica, with the illusions and the phantasm, able to chonk through the faceless void. Zayax on the high ground, attempting to escape, will be denied said attempt by XM and BAB. Granting another kill towards the Templar Assassin.
Get America.
Wow, okay, Erica.
Hit him again.
Has been laying low for this game, but now here he is, turning up. Already got the kill onto the faceless void, looking for another. Frisk will take away the kill, given that he had the low shredder active. So that's 3 heroes and an Aegis.
This is a good fight for Vici. Now we just have to wait 1 minute for them to die to Chrono, and then they will win another fight. Okay, but jokes aside, good fight for them. It was a very nice try by Secret to like try and steal it towards the end with like some rolling in, a tornado, try to steal it at the same time. I don't know how far the Chrono was away from coming up. I guess it was they couldn't wait for it any longer. Pretty sure it was still on cooldown. And I think Chrysalis died during Mask of Madness in the fight. The minus armor with the Deso hitting you, he just melted to these heroes.
Yeah, he took quite a lot of damage in a scant few moments. Deso, the Phantasms, probably did have the Mom active actually. And now, suddenly, Vici Gaming feeling a lot more confident to try and make some big pushes on the map. But here's the bubble. Chrysalis gets 2 heroes. Erica getting caught on the forefront of this. Erica not going to be able to make it. He's gone, the first casualty of this little skirmish. But Chrysalis might die as well. Can they get him away with the time walk? No, they cannot. XM and Yang have enough damage, and now XM and BAB activate their BKB to try and chase down Resolution. Not going to be able to do so. Instead, they turn their attention towards the back of the fight, where Zayax is attempting to be a little bit of a spoiler here, and his attempt will be successful. Between himself and Puppy, they take away the Aegis life, and now Nisha has helped to kill the proper life of BAB. Despite the fact that they lost Chrysalis, that they lost Zayax, they still take away the Aegis, as well as the other 2 cores on the side of Vici, with a little bonus on the Tusk that is forced to buy back.
This game is overwhelming me right now. It's like, I feel like it's like a ping pong ball that keeps going back and forth. Chrono up, you die. Chrono not up, you take something, and then you kill them. But I guess now, so they lost Aegis, and like a 2-for-2 trade, it's fine. I kind of feel like that Vici still need to, if they want to go ahead and win this game, they need to step up their team fighting a little bit. I'm not sure if Seek has any business hitting this tower, when the TA can just do it alone. With the Aegis, because now Secret are making it very hard, and this is something that the best teams do, that even when they're behind, if you want to take something from them, they will make it hard. Every time Vici run at a tower, Secret are there with multiple heroes or buybacks or their spells to kill you. So I think Vici need to someone needs to get this conversation rolling of how they want to engage in these fights, because it's getting harder, not easier.
Does seem a bit haphazard, especially the jump that they made with the CK. Positioned way too far forward. If they committed like Phantasm and then he used the illusion to try and push, maybe I can see it, but Xayax actually just broke a smoke. They're gonna take a fight in two different quarters right now. XM and BAB will choose to commit onto the Earth Spirit. They allow Resolution to live. He was the target of the Morty's kisses, but I like this. Vici Gaming has clearly isolated that the problem in these team fights is the Earth Spirit. Venom is a problem, but as long as Xayax is dead, our prospects of winning become much easier. And now without Xayax being alive, Kezu, they can go on this high ground with no fear of being pushed back in, and especially because for the next 10 seconds, we still don't have a bubble.
Not yet, at least. So let's see if they keep staying here. Also, I really quickly have to mention that I love the itemization from Team Secret. Puppey is buying a halberd, which is going to be deadly against TA, especially with the BK being down to 6 seconds. Rezo's item build is also great. He has a halberd, double Wraith Band for lots of armor, a plate mail, and a BKB. I think he will always get his spells off, even if he gets speared. Even then, he may still get his spells off. So he's a really bad target for Vici Gaming.
Resolution been doing his part. Might not seem like it on the map, but really has been. This is Vici Gaming. Yes, they have this 9k gold lead. Yes, they are the ones that have their 2 cores at the very tip top of the net worth charts, but we've seen so many times in this game how one single fight can turn everything, and there might be this one as Puppey. He's the primary target getting jumped on by Erica, but Chrysalis right next to him to try and help him out. Puppey's still alive, but forced off the way. Chrysalis trying to decide who should be the target for the Chronosphere. Nobody just yet. They're going to leave BAB's BKB to finish. He gets off an arena, still going to die here. No, TA jumped into the Chrono. They leave BAB alone so they can focus on the TA instead. XM's BKB is now expired, so they can easily jump on and kill the TA. On the other side of the fight, we do see Frisk trying to run himself away. BAB brought back, hoping to try and have some degree of impact. Not going to be able to do any of it. On the other side of the fight, Yang gets himself kicked into oblivion by Xayax. And they've now found themselves some very important kills. Will they be able to get a 4th one here? Frisk did get slowed down by the time dilation, but they don't have any real interest in chasing him onto the high ground. That's another situation. Last time it was Erica that was too far forward. This time around, Kezu, XM literally blinked into where the Chrono was going to be and gets himself killed as a result.
Yeah, not great. I feel like this game is just becoming increasingly harder for Vici to play. Puppey is... I mean, he's just baiting them to go on him. He's a 2200 HP Eng with level 2 untouchable against predominantly physical damage. If you're Vici, let's just make it very simple. Okay, you don't go on Eng, you don't go on Venom. If they see Void or Invoker or Earth Spirit, they can kill any of them if they jump them properly. If you see Void or Invoker, you use Blink Snowball or Blink Punch into a CK stun or Mars Spear, and you will kill them. If you go on Void, you can kill him full to 0. If you go on Invoker, even if you don't kill him, if the Void Chronos, then there's no Invoker spells in the Chrono. That's how they need to fight. Because they've made a lot of mistakes, and their window is closing. They're not ahead anymore in this game. The win probability is now in Secret's favor.
Yep. It's in Secret's favor for the first time this entire game. And all the other metrics are soon to follow. And the problem is, Vici Gaming, the nature of their lineup doesn't necessarily allow them to just sit back and comfortably farm until the next timing. You kind of don't want to be giving away space to the Faceless Void Invoker because, as we've stressed so many times, late game, this becomes absolutely ridiculous to deal with. So right now, Vici, they know there's a Roshan potentially in the next minute, but maybe a little bit longer after that. But either way, they still have to keep the tempo up.
DD Rune.
Smoke up.
DD Rune.
Who's getting it? Where's XM? XM's not nearby enough to pick up the DD. Feels bad. And Nisha's actually not that far away from them, but they don't know where he is. Had they known that Nisha was here, sort of alone and isolated from the rest of his team, this would probably be a dead Invoker right now. But Dota 2 also a game of vision, and they didn't have the correct vision to make that play. And as a result, the Invoker allowed to stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky for them. They don't have a ward there. I think Secret potentially even took it out earlier. They had a nice orb sentry themselves in that area. So Xayaz just picked up the Aghanim Scepter. So he can either look to just save someone or roll in and just send the TA into his own team, Chrono on top, and then... I mean, that guy is dead. Whoever you decide to do this combo on, if you get to flip-flop him into your team, he's gone. This guy ain't seeing another day of Dota.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's gonna be so dead. You'll feel like you've eaten the old school Reaper scythe, man.
Yeah.
Dead for like 3 minutes.
I mean, you know 10 seconds before you die that you're dead as well.
Yep.
You get stoned, you're like, okay.
That's when you tell your team, I needed some water anyway, boys. So this gave me a chance to go get some. These teams, both posturing around this Roshan pit, they're aware of how important the next Aegis is going to be. The big man is only up in 60 seconds. When he does emerge, should Vici fail to get him, the entire game has swung, all the momentum will be gone, and then Secret will be firmly in the driver's seat. It still feels like they are in the driver's seat, but there's still some contestation. But it does feel like this Roshan will let us know either way which team is most likely to be able to really grab this game in the next 10 minutes. Vici can't let this go. They have to do everything in their power to fight this.
Yeah, so for both teams, what's going to be very important are buybacks. I think Secret will be smart enough to save some of their own, make sure that perhaps Puppey can play in the front with his Eng, bait some spells, buyback to get Roche. Similarly for Vici, they will look, or they should be looking to do some, something of the same sort, where if there's a Chrono expanded and all the Invoker spells, you can buy back one core or both the subs to ensure that you get this Roshan, because it's going to be Aegis. It could even be an Aghanim Scepter for one of your cores, so again, Roche is going to be of great importance here. And Vici also still have all their tier 2s alive and the outposts, so they can, both teams can use buybacks very well. And it's just going to be very important as Roche is up in 10 seconds.
All right, big man's coming back. Both teams haven't scouted this. Puppey will end up destroying a Psionic Trap, so they know that they are there first. It's a refresher shot, not going to be the Ags, which is probably very good news for the team that doesn't get this Roshan, because there are some very good Axes to pick up. Let's see though. Feels like this fight could be make or break for both of these lineups. I love how Vici is just doing everything they can to just scout. Wraith Pack scouting if you have to. It is what it is. And they're actually coming through middle. They're going to try force some of these creeps to go forward so that Secret has a difficult decision to make about what to do next.
Yeah, I think they were debating, but Secret killed this Roche. I mean, not super fast, but they still have Alacrity with Faceless Void and Impetus hitting it down. So if you commit too many heroes to mid, then Secret will just go Roche. But for now, it's just going to be a stalemate, because Vici, they cannot just commit to Roshan. There's too many stealing heroes. Like, they can all give Vision to Chrysalis, and then he just Chronos and steals. As for now, they're just going to hit it.
Okay, Zayax actually just rolls into the midst of Vici Gaming, enchants himself. What a player. Zayax getting Vision, and not only getting Vision here, Kezu drawing out a BKB charge, but Chrysalis, he got caught all by himself in the triangle, bursted from 100 to 0. Erica might be in danger as well. He ate a Poison Nova, he's falling very, very low. Nisha coming in on the backline of the fight as well, with the Shiva's Guard being active, looking for a target to try and bring down. He's been tossed into the air, activates his own BKB. They really want Frisk. The Emphasis shots almost get him. Eventually they will. There's been a buyback from Erica though as he returns to the fight. Zayax buying space and time by enchanting and going deeper into the lane. Not going to be enough space and time though, as he eventually will die towards XM. BAB trying to find a spear onto Puppey. Puppey dodges it, but there's nothing you can do to dodge the pullback of the Reality Rift, as he ends up losing his life. Dual buybacks coming in from the supports of Team Secret. You mentioned it earlier that they need to save some of these buybacks. They have done so. They've drawn out this fight. The question is, have they done so enough that Vici cannot claim the Aegis anymore? They go back in. Yang reinitiates onto Nisha. He can't get himself away in time. The Ice Shards hold him in position. The two heroes caught with the Aghanim's Shard Spear allows BAB to take out the life of the Invoker and the rest of his squad to clean up the Zayax Earth Spirit. It's a full team wipe that ends up happening as Vici Gaming managed to kill 6 heroes in the process, and now they're going to be able to claim the Roshan as a reward.
So 2 buybacks on Radiant, 1 buyback on Dire. Yang the Chad as the bottom racks died to creeps, huh? Okay. I mean, they've been chilling around the mid and top lane so long that the wave just took bottom. But Yang, what a Chad. He saw his TA blink out and he was still like, no.
Now we're going in, boys.
I'm ice sharding these guys. You better follow me with your stupid Mars. He gets a 2-man spear. They wiped him out. They take the Roche. I don't know what happened at the start of the fight. Maybe Chrysalis got baited by Zayats to like go follow. I feel like what Earthspirit wanted to do was to make space so that Secret can finish the Roche. But I don't know really what happened on the tail end, because Vici, they just caught him off guard, right? On Void. They bursted him from full to 0.
Yeah. Literally the blink of an eye, and then he was just gone.
Yeah.
And now, on the bright side, Kezu, they didn't use Chrono. What's not bright though is just how quickly XM is able to dish out damage. They've already lost the bottom lane of Rax. They just lost the range in middle. At the very least, Puppey does take out a Wraith Pact and defend the melee Rax as they are having all their heroes respawn. But man, Vici Gaming now have wrested control back of the game properly to themselves. They have the Aegis, they have the cheese. Who did they give the shard to? Actually, I didn't see that one. Oh, they gave it to the Mars as well. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Double BKB, double arena. Exactly what you want out of your Mars at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can ask for much more. They have a lot of the things that they want. He's going to finish a Bloodthorn soon on the CK. They smoke, Aegis, they have the cheese, and Refresher Shard.
Everything is coming up Vici right now. Oh, Zyx is dead. Zyx is dead.
Hello.
He rolled forward to try and clear out the wave. Woo! Well, there used to be an Earth Spirit middle, and they know for a fact that he can't buy back, so they will be playing 4v5 for quite some time. What's the decision here, Kezu? Do we go and force out the tier 2 top, or do we take the melee Rax middle first and then try to go to the top lane?
I feel like you go mid because you have something pushing top. Someone has an illusion rune. It looks like it's TA. So you can just go mid, force this, let these illus push in. Because you're going to force them all to be here as they're going on them already.
Bubble comes out from Chrysalis. It does catch onto the TA. The Chrono isn't going to be enough to kill. It almost was with the triple meatballs, but ultimately not enough. XM alive and with the BKB able to still turn in the fight. Elsewhere, we do see that Yang has managed to catch Nisha. Yang just has Nisha's number in this game. And XM, with a massive amount of damage, has Nisha's life, takes his life, and BAB, he caught a spear onto Chrysalis. Chrysalis is in danger right now. Resolution trying to buy space and time with the Poison Nova, but Yang doesn't care. Yang punches him up, and that is going to be a Walrus punch to get a kill onto the Core Void. Sunstrike, at the very least, in tandem with the Impetus shots, will kill Yang, so they get some degree of revenge for that one. Somehow, this is actually zoning them back. BAB is too low on HP thanks to all the Veno damage. They do not want to commit the life of XM as he doesn't have the Aegis, and Erica is out of mana. So despite the fact that Team Secret definitely lose that fight, Vici Gaming is still forced to retreat.
Yeah, that's 2 buybacks from Secret in order to even do that. The only one who dealt damage in that sequence later on was Puppey, dishing out like 20 impetus in a row. Was pretty funny at the start, of course. Veno's damage number actually insane in this fight with the old... I mean, what Secret want now at this stage, I think they need Puppey to be available to hit into the Chrono. I think he's a big part of the damage, especially with people having like very high armor numbers or magic resist numbers. The pure damage from the impetus is really, really important. So I think if you're Chrysalis, you need to be quite patient now, especially when you're down 20k gold. The team fights will change a lot in terms of how you have to execute them. Let your Veno like tank a lot, let your Earth Spirit go in, make space for you, and then get off the Chrono when both the Invoker and Ench are available to use their spells and right click.
Enchantress, surprisingly strong for the side of Team Secret. This Grove Bow is certainly helping out as well to ensure that the maximum amount of damage is coming out from these impetus shots. Honestly, just the presence of this Ench is what's keeping this mid lane of Rax alive. Because they knew that Veno spells were down, even with the buyback, they might not have cared, but it's like, do we want to force this into Puppey? Probably not.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like just the Veno wards with the Ench like sitting next to them. It's a lot of damage.
So talk to me about this, right? Team Secret are 21k gold behind at the moment. Obviously, they can hold for a pretty long time with the draw that they have available. Are there still prospects of them being able to get this W? I know that, yes, late game, Void and the Invoker get ridiculously strong, but it does feel like their progression to that point has been drastically stymied. How much longer do they need to delay the game before they are the definitively stronger team again over Vici Gaming?
At this point, I think with Vici's position, it is kind of on them. Like, in my opinion, it's not that much anymore on Secret to win this game, but rather they can only do it if Vici makes some mistakes. They have full map control. Also, TA is 25. He has an insane amount of refraction instances, so it's really hard to kill him, even if you do chrono him. The heroes are getting very tanky. And also, Yang is building a Wind Waker, which is a great late game item against like these Chronosphere combos, Black Hole combos. So because right now, Secret don't really have an aggressive play unless Vici throw it to them. Like, I don't see Secret leaving their base with a 5-man smoke and having a successful fight. It's only going to be off of the back of Vici deciding, okay, we're frustrated, I'm bored, let's go take the racks. Which is not what they should go and do.
Well, whether we like it or not, we've seen in the past how boredom can actually impact players. In this situation, though, these are last chance qualifiers, Kezu. People are going to be playing to get into TI. Let us hope that they're going to remember the stakes and not play with anything less than utter concentration and focus. With 100 seconds to go before we have the Roshan available again, we'll see how Vici wants to try and approach that one. It will be Rosh number 4, so a lot of goodies will be sitting on him. And as you just said, Team Secret have a pretty rough time getting outside of the base. Weirdly enough, the Roshan pit might be the one place they're willing to fight around. Just given being able to get a good chrono in the Roshan area could really change everything around for them. So Vici will have to be very careful about how they approach that one as well when their time does come to go into the pit.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, bottom.
Oh, yeah, they found him on the TA trap.
Yeah. TA traps, it's, well, gonna give free... No way, Zayax! No way, dude. Is he actually out? Yeah, he's fine. What a player.
This axe is really funny, actually. The fact that you can use it on yourself is... It's a cool change. You can like use it on yourself and kick yourself. It's cool.
I don't like this.
You don't like it? I think it's cool. I like
it. I commiserate with the TA that we just saw, being like, dude, we had you dead to right. You should be 100% dead right now. The hell is this? How are you allowed to escape?
I mean, Vici at this point, they're just gonna continue to do this. They own the entire map. They're gonna place TA traps on the side lanes. So when Secret leave the base, you know, maybe next time you try to bring another stun or someone builds a hex and you kill this Earth Spirit, you can see Zayas what he's doing. He is placing Tinker wards on the map so that when like people hide to maybe kill him or someone else, that they can look to find the guy who's alone there. Secret are not gonna look for any real plays outside of the next Roshan. They cannot expand the chrono other than the Roshan fight. They can only look for like one-man pickoffs, chill, wait for Rosh and hope to like maybe commit there, steal the Aegis with a chrono, and then wait for that. Whereas for Vici, you farm the whole map, you wait for the Aegis. If you see a free kill or a good smoke where you can snap a guy out of the map, you'll go for it. But those are the only plays that they will go for.
So a lot of consideration for them, especially because of how much stronger some of these heroes are becoming on the side of Vici Gaming. XM has just picked up a butterfly right now on this TA. Very far away from us having the Mjolnir and or MKB on the side of Chrysalis, so very difficult to deal with. Of course, we have seen with the Hexes, the Shivas, that there are ways to kill the TA still. But if they get the next Aegis, suddenly it starts to look very, very impossible, especially now that they've gotten this Wind Waker finally for Yang. So suddenly Chronosphere, unless we catch this task, it becomes very difficult. But now they kicked back Erica. Forced to activate the BKB. Goes into Phantasm. There's going to be the Chronosphere. Wind Waker is going to be tossing him up, buying some space and time. But they drop down the Cataclysm. But at the same time, Chrysalis, he got brought down as well. Ate some right clicks from XM and a very big God Rebuke from BAB. So he dies in that situation. Ultimately, they do kill Erica. But it's going to be the Faceless Void that buys back first. They still have the buyback available for Vici. Best case scenario here, Kezu, you don't have to buy back on the CK. You respawn and then you still take the Roshan fight.
Yep, absolutely. That's because for now, with what happened, this is a big win for Vici. There's no chrono available. So if Secret somehow here feel tempted or forced to go and take the Rosh, you can buy back at the end with the CK and still take the fight. And if they don't, then you just wait it out. At least that should be Vici's objective, and Secret are looking for more.
Secret gonna try and force this fight right now. They managed to get Salvation onto XM, Fire Snap cooking him onto the high ground. Although they have forced the buyback out of Erica. And yeah, not enough mana to keep this full play going. Just has to back off. Well, they did force a buyback out of Erica as well. But now they have to know that they have given up the Rosh. There's no bubble available. So yeah, big man giving away the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Refresher Shard is an eventuality right now for Vici.
That was the best play, I think, that Secret were able to go for there. If they go for Rosh, I think the game might end and Vici just win with the buyback and wiping them in the pit. Instead, they go aggressively, they fish and poke for the TA, they force the buyback and they retreat. But now there's an Aegis on him, an Aghanim Scepter in his backpack. I guess they're debating who they want to give that one to. I guess he can use it for the. Who cares? They all have pretty decent aghanims. You can give it to the TA if you feel like, okay, we just want to pick them off on the map when they're outside, so you can TP to a strat, or you give it to the CK to like get more illos of everyone.
Now the question is going to be, you were speaking earlier about how Vici Gaming have to have the conversation about how do we approach these team fights. So far, it looks like that conversation has gone quite well for them. Now the next port of call is going to be, how on earth do we actually approach this high ground? We are so far ahead, but we need to get past this Venomancer army, this Enchantress just spamming out these impetus shots, potential tornadoes, triple meatballs, Xayax just being a nuisance, rolling through with the enchants. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with in terms of going high ground. But it looks like Team Secret, they're not afraid of them going high ground. They're going to smoke like they want to go low instead here, Kizu.
I guess they just want to be... Like, we're just waiting to be ready. Okay, as Puppy.
Okay. They just debated with Puppy. He's still alive. Gets enchanted back. Chrysalis did drop down the Chrono, but unable to deal with XM inside of it. And there's going to be the Poison Over dropper. Chrysalis surrounded by all of the cores. Will he be able to get out? His BKB is about to expire. Fire Snap quickly stuns him up. XM forced off closer towards the Faceless Void and is able to kill him. No buyback available for him. Xayax rolled into the fray as well. Got Reality Rifted back in and he also dies. Rezo can't get back up onto the high ground. The Force Staff didn't have enough range. He's able to activate the BKB and keep living. But no Void, no Bubble. Vici Gaming, they haven't even lost the cheese nor the Aegis here. So they can just keep going.
Yeah,
Melee Rax is certainly going to drop. Yeah. And they get the kickback. Walrus kick coming in from Yang. He's going to end up dying, but he's fine with this one. He's gotten the dieback out of Xayax. XM in the meantime now turns his attention towards Puppy. Reality Rift with some right-click damage. Not enough to get that kill just yet. On the other side of things, BAB taking damage from Nisha and Resolution, and he's going to end up dying. Buys back instantly, but he has wasted their BKB timings. So he goes back in with Erica to kill the Resolution Veno, but Erica doesn't have BKB himself anymore. Will end up dying. That's the Aegis only. So can come back for life number 2. BAB also brought back. So very shortly we'll have the Mars available again. Nisha coming in, gets off the Shiva's guard, gets pinned. 2 heroes caught at the same time by BAB. What a buyback coming in from him. No Nisha, no Resolution. There's only Puppy that remains. Yes, Nisha might have brought back, but I'm not so sure how much he can accomplish here at the very end. XM wants to end this game right now. BAB will tank up the triple meteors, but Erica makes sure that they tank up on the Invoker more damage than he can handle. And with all the cores dead, only Puppy remaining, the captain will throw in the towel. GG, well played is called. Vici Gaming take game number 2, draw the series 1-1, and put a stop to the Team Secret winning streak.
Yeah. Secret now are 3-1, right? So they're still gonna feel okay with that. Definitely a nice adjustment for Vici here in the second game. I like their opening. You can just see that they went for something completely different.